there. But you can watch anybody's reaction. You know, there's a few really cool people that do reactions for the Samurai Jack episodes, which I watch all the time, and they're really cool too. So check them out. Here, you know what? I'm cool. I'm gonna put the names right here. I hope I do. I hope I remember. But anyway, there we go. Now let's talk about this episode. Okay, from now on, spoilers. My boy Jack. Alright, this season has been incredible. It really has. Considering I am a fan of the original Samurai Jack, of course, seasons 1 to 4. I'm a fan of this also, don't get me wrong. But I didn't watch those episodes since they've pretty much aired. So it's been a very long time. I've been meaning to go back and rewatch all of the previous 4 seasons. And I have watched some episodes here and there. A couple of really, like, my favorites that I still remember. Like the Samurai one. And Jack versus Aku, that's one of my favorites. So I rewatched some of those. But for the most part, I don't remember a lot of stuff from the original. Even though I loved it as a kid, and I know I did. And I do remember things here and there, like, oh, I remember these guys or whatever. Like, it comes to me. There's times where I just do not remember, okay? But luckily, this was not an episode like that, because this episode was all about... completely all about the two main characters. You got Samurai Jack and you got Ashi, who is a new character from this season that, of course, started off as a bad guy or a bad girl. She was very, very bad girl. In this episode, after a little while, she has, of course, gone to the good side. She's seen that Jack is not a bad dude. He's a good guy. And he's actually trying to defeat Aku because Aku is straight up evil. And in this episode, after a couple episodes of them like teaming up and stuff and, you know, dealing justice to bad guys, this whole episode was pretty much kind of like a filler episode. Considering it's so close to the end of the season, it's weird that... you know, we get a filler episode now, but it makes sense to build up this relationship. A lot of people were like, okay, how is Ashi and Jack gonna, like, how their relationship, how is it gonna be? Is it gonna be like father and daughter? Is it gonna be like sensei and student? Or is it gonna be more? Oh, and guess what it was? It's more. At least so far, it seems like it's more. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they'll take a 180 turn out of nowhere next episode, and guess what? They're not, for some reason. Like, this episode was a mistake or something. Like, Jack feels bad about it or whatnot. But it seems like that's what it is. It's a romance, and at the end of this episode, after just, like, one another, like, well, it was mostly Jack just being like bashful and weird about Ashi every time he touches her on mistake or whatever throughout the entire episode. They finally, after killing the bad guy of this episode, which is just a slug monster, they smooch, and it's nice, and it's long, and it's fresh, and they play what was the song? Oh my god, I'm gonna put it right here. Yeah, I forgot already. Everybody loves somebody sometimes. That's the song. It's a great moment for everybody that was following Samurai Jack since they were kids, and they always wanted Jack to find someone significant in his life. You know, for the most part, he's found a lot of friends, like, of course, Scotsman, you know, many other people that he has freed throughout the ages. But for the most part, he's lived a pretty lonely life. So it was really cool to see something like that happen. For the rest of the episode, don't get me wrong, the rest of the episode is great. The new bad guy here, which I like episodes of Samurai Jack, especially the first 4, which is most of the episodes of Samurai Jack, seasons 1 through 4, are like introducing bad guys for one-offs pretty much, where like you just see this bad guy and he gets defeated. But it's really cool to see this bad guy, and I like the slug monster. I thought it was a cool little design. There was a couple of really cute moments in the beginning where I mentioned before, Jack and Ashi, like Jack bumps into Ashi on mistake and he's really bashful about it. He's very nervous. And I thought that was really adorable. It was adorable considering how brutal and unhopeful, is that a word? The first like few episodes of the season were. It's nice to see some, you know, corny kind of awkwardness from Jack. I don't know. It's nice to see after he's murdered 6 women, a couple of goat dog things, and just, you know, what he's done. I'm sure you've seen this other episodes by now, so I don't know why I had to count down all stuff he's killed. But yeah, it was really, really awesome to see like just this character actually like kind of have development with this other character in a very unique way for this particular character. Samurai Jack, I'm sure there's been a couple times in the first 4 seasons that I'm not remembering that he's been very bashful towards someone. I'm sure there's been 1 or 2 times, but it was really it was really fun to see this character who's usually stoic and always wise and whatnot. And, you know, you could bust out a joke here and there and have a humorous moment, of course. But for the most part, he's always been like that. To have this moment where he's like, oh, God, I touched her. Like, I don't know. It was really cute. And I really liked the rest, too. I really liked all the parts where just Ashi and Jack were walking around. They were walking around in the desert. Jack makes his hat. This time it's red. He makes one for Ashi. I thought that was adorable. And this entire episode can be described as adorable. It was adorable. It really was. I really enjoyed it for the most part. I know some people, I've seen at least all my comments for my reaction I did. By the way, go watch it. Well, watch everybody else's too. There was some people, not everybody, most people enjoyed it, but some people were a little peeved off that it was a romantic relationship. I guess some people just like how it was before, with Samurai Jack being a loner. You know, he helped someone. Next episode, those people were gone, and he helped someone else. Besides, you know, the select few that he would always see again, like the Scotsman. Who else would he see? Demangu? Would he see Demangu? I don't know. Again, I have to watch the first 4 seasons again, please. So, yeah, it was really nice to see this episode. Even though it was so close to the end of the series, it was nice to see this episode because the next 2, I'm sure, are going to be, I wouldn't say rough, but they're going to be more climactic. It does feel like this season should be 13 episodes long besides 10. But I'm okay with it. You know, I'm alright. At this point, they've done it so well that hopefully it doesn't feel anticlimactic. That's the only problem I have. They only have 40-something minutes left of this series. And they still have to begin the war with Aku. Jack still has to meet up with the Scotsman and his ghost and his daughters and all that stuff. He has to defeat Aku if he even is. Go back to his time period if he even is. And all that stuff. And, you know, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm sure it's not going to end well. I'm sure maybe Ashi will die, and that'll be a very dramatic moment. I even predict that Ashi will die by Aku's hands, and I think Mad Jack, not Mad Jack, is that what he's called? I know there was a Mad Jack in the previous 4 seasons, but was that what his alternate, I guess, Angry Jack, the red guy that always popped up and told him, like, throughout this entire season, like, you know, they just screw it, end it, whatever, just kill yourself. Countless times he's just like, we have nothing to live for or whatever. Maybe even he'll come back in a way because Ashi gets killed, and maybe Samurai Jack will go down the path of violence again. And that's why maybe this is going to have a sad ending where he kills Aku, and maybe he goes back to his past, but he's forever changed because Ashi's gone. He went back to his violent ways. And he's, I guess, forever changed or whatever, and maybe even loses the sword again. But he's back in his place. I don't know. We'll see. But there you go. That was my episode review. I know it was a little, you know, slapdash. I'm sure some people are going to hate it because I got a couple things wrong here and there. But, you know, I'm not perfect. You know? I mean, I am. You know, let's be honest. I'm the closest to perfect anybody has ever seen. I'm a human being, but I am close to a god. That's why my name is Gordon the Movie God. I'm just messing. Anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and until next time, I don't need to give a score to this episode. It was just a really good episode. I really liked it. I thought it was adorable. Hopefully those next 2 episodes, they have to cram a lot of stuff in. So hopefully they do it well. So there you go. Thank you. And until next time, that was another episode of Samurai Jack. Yeah, it was another damn good one. Thank you. Until next time, goodbye.